Welcome to the USD 495 Super Chat again, a podcast that takes you on our journey through USD 495 Fort Larned. We celebrate the successes of our students and staff, explore different programs and partnerships, and keep you informed about upcoming events. I'm Bryce Wachs, your host and superintendent USD 495. We're back again for the second semester. So today I'm thrilled to welcome Clara Shaver and Paisley Riseworld from the Larned High School Resist chapter. And I'm excited to learn a little bit about this club. Others will learn about the club since it's something new in the district, new here at the high school this year, how you kind of got involved and what you helped to accomplish through that. So welcome to both of you and joining this episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's start a little bit when we say Resist chapter to tell us a little bit about what Resist stands for, what it is, and so on. And Paisley's got her shirt and stuff on. So what is it? What is the Resist chapter?
So the Resist chapter is a widespread in Kansas chapter that is in multiple schools and growing into even more schools, where we fight tobacco is our main thing here at Larned High School. But in other schools, it actually deals with mental health and other types of drugs and alcoholism, where we are able to help students be educated on the risk factors and the lifelong effects that they have on everyone. So,
given kind of the background of what the Resist chapter is, what are you hoping to that club here at Larned LHS? What you're hoping for it to aim here at the high school?
We are hoping to just reduce the usage of tobacco and different products, especially with the kids within our district, and then we hope we can spread out and just reduce the usage of tobacco usage in Kansas youth.
Mm-hmm. So we're talking about, it's tobacco front, trying to reduce probably awareness, trying to get students to be more aware of what's out there, moving away from just, talking about, typical tobacco products and into some of the new tobacco products that are out on the market right now.
Yeah, so vapes are a growing issue at Larned High School, especially because I remember freshman year walking into the bathroom and it's just everyone has a vape in their hand. And to me I want to try and reduce that, enlighten people on the risk factors on that, and stop vapes from entering our high school, and especially is how they're turning into pens, markers, and hoodies. That shouldn't be happening, especially at our high school and at the middle school and elementary, because it's not just at the high school. It's throughout our whole entire district.
Yeah, you talk about, vapes and I know when you presented to the board, to the school board, obviously you can tell that they're marketing because we had that conversation with your chapter and the school board. Obviously, for adult use, they probably wouldn't make them looking like a highlighter, making them look like a jump drive. Different things that a teenager would be carrying around. There'd be no reason to make them look like that for an adult. So that kind of leads into that. So if somebody wants to be part of the to get involved with the Resist chapter, how does that take place?
So how everyone who's in our club got started is because of our high status in the school of being involved in clubs and community events. We got chosen to help bring students into our Resist chapter, and we speak through announcements of when we're having clubs, when to join, and a lot of people know who's in the Resist chapter because we wear shirts like this, and they can just come up to and ask, hey, can we join? And we welcome everyone and anyone.
So the club was awarded, it's part of KDHE, Kansas Department of Health and Environment, a grant and stuff, which the grant provides funds to your guys' chapter. How have you use those funds at the beginning of the year to bring in a speaker? Tell us a little bit about the speaker that you guys were brought in and what that message was to the students.
Our speaker was talking about how big of an issue it is with, and it's not just high schoolers, it is that there is like first and second graders that has all this stuff, and we used our funds to get him to come and talk to us because he is a well-known speaker that we had, and I believe it helped a lot of our kids.
That helped to increase some of that awareness type things.
Yes. So our speaker actually stayed after to converse with students and get one-on-one time with the high school and middle school, where they can share their problems with him and discuss how they can be better in the future, and just being a friend to us and letting us express our opinions and feelings.
So do you think, the message that he brought that day, do you think that made an impact on middle school and high school students, and how that message was received?
It made a huge impact. Is what he told us at the very end, once everyone left, is 2 kids actually from the middle school at least threw away their vapes that same day that he was there. And I feel like even 2, that's still an impact, and it can grow even more. And so I'm super excited to see what the future holds.
So this is a time for USD 495 quick fact, as we're talking about tobacco and vape use. In December of 2023, the USD 495 Board of Education approved the purpose of vape detectors in all the restrooms, locker rooms, and so on here at the high school for $43,000 that help to detect as part of our ongoing effort to create a safer and healthier environment for all of our students. So back to our conversation, what's your two's direct role within the Resist chapter?
Say that again.
What's your guys' exact role in the Resist chapter? Is there certain thing? Do you plan meetings or those types of things?
So some of the stuff that we do is at the very beginning of the year with our grant that we were awarded is we got pop sockets, fidget spinners, like stuff people can fidget with. I can't remember exactly the name of it.
We got some bracelets and necklaces and that kind of stuff.
Stuff that we could have, carry around, and also give out to other students where they can say, hey, this is a new and growing club. You should join.
And then I think you guys used some of the funds and talking about making awareness. There was things set up at the beginning of the year, tables that you guys moved around to the middle school and high school.
Yeah, so during Drug Prevention Week, which is in October, is the whole entire week we let out or displayed a live, or not a live lung, but a lung and a liver of what it would look like if you keep using tobacco, what the lifelong effect is, and what's happening if you keep using it throughout high school, middle school, and into college and throughout your life.
Another display that we also had, a couple of them were like posters and stuff explaining about how bad they actually are for you. Another like diorama type thing that we had, like Clara had said, was a mouth showing different stuff.
Different effects.
Yes.
So, what kind of activities or events have you guys planned so far this year, or that are on the horizon that are going to be coming up that the club's organizing for awareness and stuff?
So we actually have an upcoming event that's happening in February. Is Miss Hoke is bringing in a speaker that's supposed to talk about the mental health side of the Resist chapter, talking about abusive relationships, how to get out of it, how to know what it is, and to be enlightened on the information to know the signs and all that. But for this year, is we started off basically as trying to bring forth the Resist chapter of making it more known, to get more people involved, and just getting it more known throughout the high school.
As we're obviously dealing with teenagers and stuff like that, do you feel your peers as awareness and information about vaping increases, and you guys are able to present that either by pamphlets or whatever, just word of mouth even? Do you think they're becoming more open to the dangers of vaping and tobacco use?
Yes, we do believe that they are becoming more aware of the consequences that they will have of the now in the future, and a lot of them are looking into the future and now understanding, hey, that won't be good for you in the future.
Yeah, so I've actually gotten to talk with a few students who came up to me asking, hey, could I have some help? They just needed someone to talk to because they were struggling with withdrawal because they were trying to stop. And they actually went back to it right before they talked to me. So I was helping them through it, trying to be a friend to them, not someone who just sputes out information to them, but actually having a conversation with them, getting to know them, and help them through their problems.
I mean, because that is obviously they're a tobacco product, and just like anything else with tobacco product, our students that utilize that product aren't any different than anybody else. There's addictive mechanisms that are part of that. So then it's not as quick as we think to just say, hey, you need to quit using a product or something like that. So what do you see as some of the biggest challenges when trying to address vaping with students as you're trying to get that message? What are some of the greatest challenges that you foresee?
So the very biggest challenge is the popularity of it, is people want to have vapes to seem cool, to seem like, oh, hey, I just did this in Mr. Scheidemann's class by hiding it in a highlighter. Like, to me, that's just not cool. But a lot of people actually see that as popularity, trying to get other people's opinions and make them think that they're cool for doing that.
And a lot of these kids have access to this through adults or something in their life, and then they will give it to others saying, hey, you have to be cool. Like, you have to do this to be cool, but you really don't.
Hey, when we were talking about, it being an adult issue, not just a youth issue. Obviously, here at the high school, we're dealing with mainly 14 to 18 years old, and then you're looking at middle school, even younger, and we're really focusing on from being a youth issue, but it's also adults play into students even having access to it.
Yeah, so it's a domino effect, and it started with adults because vapes were originally created for the prevention of cigarettes and to stop smoking, but actually vapes have a lot more tobacco in them besides cigarettes. I think what it was is in one vape there's a total of 3 packs of cigarettes, and it's just a lot of tobacco in one that it's just terrible.
Yeah, so I think that's the thing that it's awareness to multiple levels if we're going to tackle this, because it does have future health issues, future health consequences and stuff that adolescents are making this decision at an extremely young age. It's going to have lasting impacts.
Yeah, and so even like the chewing gum that's supposed to help you quit smoking, is that actually has about 5 packs of cigarette, if I remember correctly, in them. And it's just a domino effect starting with adults that then trickles down to teenagers, kids. And there's even been an elementary student in 5th grade, and I know from cousins and from people I've been hearing that they've even offered other people to do that. And it's just they don't know any better. You mentioned it earlier. So when you talked about Mackenzie, so like to give some staff shout outs. So today we want to give a big shout out to Mackenzie Hoke here at Larned High School. That is going to be bringing, it's called Jana's Campaign, to Larned High School and Larned Middle School this year to help spread awareness about some domestic violence and healthy relationship issues. And we'd also like to recognize the USD 495 Health Committee, which is comprised of Wendy Sundahl, Nurse Cindy, Jesse Pleasant, Chad Irway, and Mackenzie Hoke for working together to better educate our students about real life situations that they might face, moving forward. So getting back to our conversation, if there's one thing for students, staff, or families to know about vaping, what would you, if you had to put it into a small box and say, this is the one thing we want everybody to leave with when it's talking about vaping, what would it be?
It's not something that will make you cool. It's something that will hurt you.
And for me, I would say a lost future is because you're cutting your lifespan by doing this. You could be making memories in the future with your children, your grandchildren, but by continuing vaping, smoking, using tobacco products, you're just decreasing that and making your life not worth living.
So, looking specifically at the Resist chapter, the Resist Club, what are some of your guys' goals with the club as we move forward here into the second semester and start, looking in the future years of it and so on?
We're hoping to grow it and get hopefully like more speakers and different like events that we can have these kids. And we just want our kids here at Larned to be healthy. We want them to be healthy and safe.
How do you, so you be safe and those types of things. So obviously we're talking about, and you guys are talking about, providing a long-term impact on Larned schools and the community. So, elaborate on what you think that impact in the end is going to be, maybe not only just on this issue, but you talked about Jana's campaign and everything about what that impact of something like this, that's talking about maybe a little bit more of a sensitive issue about being an impact to the students within this school district.
So the biggest impact that we want to leave is leaving it better than we found it, is which with each incoming freshman and each leaving senior, we want everyone to be able to feel like that they did something good and that they made the school healthier by not contributing to the growing tobacco use.
I think obviously you're in year one of kicking off something off of a new organization, a new chapter of something within the district. So I mean that's something to always be proud of, that you're on the implementation side of it, the foundation side of that. So I think it is having huge impact. I mean, I think the sponsors you're working with Mrs. Sundahl, Nurse Amy, and so on. Those things are great. So thank you guys very much for joining me. I hope people got some information about not only the Resist chapter, but like we talked about, it's not just a youth issue, that it's a full blown issue. That's adults play a role in that. It's not just a Larned issue. I mean, presenter that came, talks all over the country when it talks about these things. So it's something that's prevalent in a lot of different locations.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. We're always eager to hear suggestions for future guests. So please send your ideas our way. And until next time, continue to show your Larned pride and go Indians.